Hello and welcome to Funky Fox Gaming. I'm back on This Is the Police, and in the last episode things didn't go too well. I lost a few officers on one of their outings, and hiring wise there wasn't much decent to hire. They're all pretty low or probably alcoholics or really old. And I also lost a detective investigating one of the crime syndicates. Completely out of the blue. And yeah, not a great few days in Freeburg PD, but we'll see how this session fares. Hopefully better. Can't get that much worse. Oh, and the other thing, um, that businessman's son and was it his son or was it his nephew? One of the two, and the old woman who I was quite thankful to have around dobbed me in, and I got 50% pay doc. So yeah, she went, and I'm trying to get him killed. Well, crap. I'm only saying yes to him because I've got quite a few detectives anyway. Coppers that I'm going to struggle with.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant Hotspot.
Yeah, so for the hit and run, need backup. So we've already got an officer on the scene, so I'll just send these two. Alright, if anything else comes up now, I am buggered.
What can be complete? completion.
Oh. Catasaurus Rex. God damn it.
210 complete.
A guest of Mr. Sand is leaving Freeburg, but some punks somehow learned the route and prepared an ambush. It's turning into a shootout. We need any help we can get. I might just ignore that one, because I don't want to lose more officers. Not these ones anyway. Looks like Varga let a bunch of angry punks off the leash, and now they're brawling with our men right outside the ice rink. There's a few dozen people in the brawl, so police better step in and cool things off. Okay, Yancy, Vandal, and Yahovich.
In progress. 212 in progress.
People wearing white caps have gathered outside City Hall, demanding a return of the good old days of segregation and slavery in Freeburg. The crowd chanted, "White is right." Some were seen carrying revolvers.
Complete.
Didn't have anybody to send.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant Hotspot.
Oh. Can't you wait like 2 seconds?
216 complete.
Oh no, I've lost people! Oh. Bollocks, she was good. Should have put retreat. Stupid game. Oh, the war is over. Vickers Varga has been defeated and his army of street punks and thugs has been broken. No one knows what happened to Vickers himself, but it doesn't matter now. He'll never show his face in this city again. Toilets stolen from City Hall. God, some of these people have terrible, terrible excuses.
710A in progress.
Oh, hostage situation. Send you, Purdy, Evans, swap. I'm leaving some back, just in case
113A complete.
they need backup.
910C in progress. We've got a situation here.
Oh, room 180B is located on the top floor of the hotel. A red ball is hanging from the doorknob. That doesn't look like a ball hanging, that looks like a balloon attached. And the words written on the ball read, "Call the bomb squad." None of these seem like good options. Oh. Inside is a standard motel room, complete with bed, bedside table, telephone and TV. The curtains are drawn, and sitting on the bed is a girl strapped with explosives. Red and yellow wires protrude from the bomb.
712 complete.
I say, why would you even risk that? Armed robbery, platonic, lovers, baloney. Someone shoot him. Oh, this has got SWAT and the paddy wagon available to me. At the end of high school reunion party, a naked young man entered the restaurant with an object in his hand vaguely resembling a gun. He was behaving very erratically, then jumped onto the table and started threatening the restaurant's patrons. kind of frustrating. He survives the dangerous ones and fails the easy ones.
311B in progress. Officer on scene.
Oh.
Looks like we have a situation.
Nothing can be seen from the street, but screams and the sound of smashing plates can be heard from within. Use the megaphone. Try to enter through the back door. Go through the main entrance. Let's go back door. Oh. Is that shading? Is she just got... Oh wait, no, I kind of see it. That's a nose, and that's like the shadow of a nose in her eye. It looked like she had like a really wonky moustache or something like that. Anyway, when the young man spots the police, he grabs the woman and puts the gun to her head, also slightly copying her feel. He yells something unintelligible and squeezes his hostage's neck. His gun appears to be a toy.
Complete.
Hey. The massive fight. Well, I need a paddy wagon. I don't have SWAT available to me, unfortunately. Let's send quite a few. I'm leaving 2 available to me. Oh, I need to have a look at the investigations, don't I? So I've got enough to fill it now, although I doubt I'll have the exact ones I need straight off the bat. So he starts off in his office and ends up on a tiled floor, broken glass, bloody. So, Michael Hall, who is the guard. I saw a black sedan pull up to the building and 2 men, one in a raincoat, got out. They passed me without saying anything. And the secretary? I heard the elevator and I turned and saw 2 scary men. I didn't see any weapons, but they made it clear they'd kill me if I got in their way. So that's her. It could have been a robbery. Oh, this is a chief financial officer, so it could have been a robbery. Elvis had a safe in his office. Don't know what he kept inside it. And the cleaner, yes. I saw a couple of idiots, but I don't remember what time that it was. I actually learned about the incident only later. And then the victim's wife. Elvis had his share of problems, but he preferred not to talk about them. But I knew there were some people trying to take away his business, and he was offering them a bribe. So, black sedan seems to be first one. One wearing a raincoat. Maybe that way around. Yeah, I think I need more frames. No, wrong one. Oh, black sedan. Oh wait, no, is that grey? That's green. I think I had the right one there anyway. That is black. I feel like I've got everything. I suppose the lifts might be that side. Nobody really mentioned anything else. It's definitely not those 2 because they aren't black. suspect is Timothy Foster, unemployed, but according to unconfirmed reports, he's a cleaner for the mafia. Oh.
311 complete.
Okay, so they're on their way back. A reliable informant reports that Timothy was living here recently. Let's try. Oh, no. We'll catch him tomorrow. Fifth floor window, and he's only injured. He's lucky. Oh. Accident at the reservoir. Water runs out in 2 days. I feel like I ought to give this to a detective.
You know when a police chief really feels his power? When he hires and fires people? When he throws folks in jail? When he's bossing everyone around all morning? No, there's no power there. Just bureaucratic red tape. Like directing traffic. Not that it's all bad. No, I feel it the most when people come to me with accusations. Accusations happen outside the law. They don't need to be rational or supported by evidence. They don't petition justice in the careful words of legal formality. No, an accusation is a personal cry, full of resentment or envy, a defeated moan, or an angry howl. The accuser rarely imagines you'll share their resentment, their envy, their hatred. No, but they do imagine that your love of power is so strong that you'll leap to decide the fates of others, happy just to take someone's word for the facts. Businessmen accuse the gangsters blame our public figures denounce politicians, the politicians point to the businessmen. When it comes to accusation, there's only one rule. Don't aim too high. If you overestimate your own importance, then complaining can cost you your life. So choose the easier path, exaggerate as far as you can, and try to make your plea sound as sad and pathetic as possible. The accusation I received today sure didn't fit the normal mold. After killing Vikas Varga and routing his supporters, Sand further strengthened his already powerful authority. Even a month ago, anyone coming out against Sand would sound like a lunatic with a death wish. Today, it's the same thing as suicide. But the letter I'm holding in my hands directly connects Henry Sand, lieutenant of the Sand Mafia family, to the reported death of successful banker John Pazzi. Henry has a daughter, Marianne, a dancer, and apparently it all started with her. One day, Marianne danced in the title role of a production of Giselle, and Henry, proud father that he is, brought the whole family to the premiere, along with some of the family's business partners. Among their guests was the young banker John Pazzi. He couldn't keep his eyes off Marianne, but she ended up brushing him off. In response, Pazzi ambushed her one night after rehearsal, pulled her into his limousine, and had his way with the poor girl. After that, gentleman that he was, he drove the girl home and threatened that if she told anyone what happened, her mother would get the same treatment. But her father still managed to shake the truth out of Marianne, and he decided to take his revenge. Of course, Henry knew he couldn't just go with his instincts and put a bullet in Pazzi in broad daylight. The rich bastard was too important for business, and Henry is neck-deep in the family business, overseeing transportations for the Sand Mafia. He knew about every delivery delay, every car, and every shop. It was mostly thanks to Henry that the whole Sand operation rolls so smoothly. Henry has free access to all their off-book cars, and a tar-black motive. Yeah, he could easily arrange the death of John Potsy as a drunken, late-night hit-and-run. But Henry Sand is smarter than that. If this story about Potsy is true, he'd more likely go to the boss and ask permission. I'd have figured this letter the ramblings of a retired gangster looking to spice up his life with little excitement. The way the letter started, "My dear little old cupcake," I had every mind to toss it in the trash. But something else got my attention. They're rarely ever signed, but this one ended Robespierre, and I doubt it's an imposter. No one would go against the most powerful group in the city, hoping to hide behind the name of some prankster clown. Like everyone else, I had no idea who Robespierre was or what he wanted. But there was no doubt that this guy was more than a little crazy. An arrogant psychopath. Could be dangerous. Definitely worth looking into.
So those that don't remember, Robespierre was the artist who stuck all of the post-its on the side of a van, along with other things that were mentioned at the time. That was, I think it was about 10 days ago, canon in this, roughly. So it looks like he's got a bit more to him than just...
910B in progress.
Oh god, I really need to hire people. Don't have a choice. I have to delay that. Oh, this is what he was just talking about. Thanks, Vermilion. Don't think I had you long. Probably should have shared that one.
Officer on scene. Looks like we have a situation here.
The bank is located in the city centre, where there's a lot of traffic and civilians. So block the exit to the bank, take a comfortable firing position, sneak up to the front window and peek inside the bank. A woman's shouts can be heard from inside the bank. Get on the bullhorn, attention you're surrounded, storm the building, wait until the robbers exit.
910B complete.
Hey! I'm gonna wait for these three to come back.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant Softball.
910B in progress.
I really need more cops on this side.
412A.
Oh man. Robbery. Let's send 2 SWAT and a paddy wagon. It's not going to be enough.
412A in progress.
I've still got another day before I can ask for more job officers. Job officers? Job slots for officers.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant Softball.
You're the only one I got. I think I'm going to have to declare him dead.
Progress.
mean, thankfully I've got quite a bit of time for that one. Oh. Got to refuse because I don't have anybody.
910C complete.
There's a lot of violent crime going on today.
Officer on scene. Looks like we have a situation here.
Even late at night, finding the right bus was too difficult. Criminals abandoned it less than a mile from a suburban motel. The motel manager reports that 3 men threatened me with a gun. When I said we had no more rooms, I put them in a room we already rented, but they won't be happy when our guests return.
Oh, Jack, you always come back so late.
What's wrong? Bad news?
Good news, Jack. Laura is ready.
Ready how? She's coming back? When?
Not that fast, Jack. Laura's ready to talk. But if she's ready to talk, she's getting ready to come back. You just need to find the right words. You can find the right words, right, Jack?
I'm not an idiot.
I didn't ask for this, Jack. It's the middle of the night, and I'm alone on an old farm, 40 minutes away from anywhere, sat on a creaky porch, and now I'm getting snapped at. I came here so you could personally promise me that you'll be able to find the right words. So let's try again. You can find the right words, right, Jack?
I can find the right words, Mrs. Markham.
That's good to hear. Tomorrow night at 3 o'clock at the Octopus Restaurant. You know it?
Yeah, but it's closed at night.
Oh, I've arranged for them to be open. Don't be late. But don't come too early either.
How did she arrange for that?
Mrs. Markham?
Yeah?
I should probably offer you some tea or something before you go.
Do you have any tea?
No.
Good night, Jack.
What? Red cat rescues girl from rapist. I don't even know what to say about that storyline. I knew I shouldn't have hired you. I don't believe that for a second, because your uncle or father is a businessman who can afford any... Oh, fuck it, you're useless anyway.
We've got a situation here.
Okay, so the robbery in the city centre. The offender attempted to escape the mall, but guards blocked the door. He turned and fled back inside, looking for another way out. The offender ran into the skating rink, then slipped and fell on the ice. As he struggled to regain his footing, he pulled a knife from the pocket.
910C complete. 1311 in progress. 911 in progress.
I still never understand this. Why would you need the mafia to sell the money? It's money. I'm gonna sell this dollar for $1.
We've got a situation here.
The fight is in full swing, and some of the combatants are carrying weapons. So enter the fight and attempt to detain the hooligans, surround the park and order everyone to calm down, shoot in the air in an effort to pacify the crowd. No.
215 complete.
I only got 2 new frames though. Oh man, I do have enough to fill it now. Let's see what the actual story is then. So we've got the victim's limo driver. Mr. Patsy sometimes likes to walk the city at night. I had just taken out for a long business dinner. We pulled up to the park near the monument and I didn't notice anything suspicious. Although there was a grey truck that didn't have any license plates. It followed us into the park from the restaurant, but then it turned off somewhere. The medical examiner, Mr. Patsy died immediately on impact. A heavy vehicle struck him at high speed. The bruises on his body show traces of a grill, so you might be looking for a jeep or a truck. Soft tissue contained fragments of a windshield, so it appears that the blow was strong enough to throw his body into the air and through the windshield. The victim's clothes show traces of grey paint. It was a grey truck. Passerby. I run in the park at night. Tonight I heard the roar of a motorcycle, so I went to check it out. I figured it was bikers who like to race on empty roads, but when I ran closer I saw the road was empty. Then I saw the police, so I called the then I saw the body, so I called the police. Motorcycle tyre tracks and shattered glass were found at the crime scene. At a nearby intersection, a surveillance camera recorded a group of bikers, and behind them you can make out a grey Jeep with a cracked windshield. So we've got 3 different vehicles at the minute. We've got a grey truck that was following. He heard bikers, and the camera also saw bikers and a grey Jeep.
According to Mrs. Markham, I was supposed to spend all day thinking up the right words. But to my surprise, I did my best work when I shut my head off. I didn't even want to think why Laura decided we'd meet at 3 o'clock in the morning, and in a restaurant we'd never gone to. I didn't know what to tell her, and something tells me she's no more ready for this meeting than I am. By nightfall, I finally stopped worrying. The right words would come when they were needed. And if they don't come at all, then so be it.
Ow!
I've heard said, when you're knocked out by a single blow, you don't have time to feel any pain. Well, that's a lie. It's painful as hell. Every day I spent in that coma, the pain was unbearable.
Um. Okay. Wild corruptionist. What was that? And I've just lost 25 days. I think my mother-in-law set me up.
Yeah, I heard about that already. But what if they decide to spill it to the papers? We need to start thinking now about covering our asses. I know people who can deal with this, but they'll need at least a week. Plus, if we want to...
Lieutenant Stat, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I have Jack Boyd on the line.
Who?
Jack Boyd, sir. He's calling from the hospital.
Gibson, I'll call you back. Don't do anything without my team. Jack, well, wow. I didn't know you were awake. Doctor said you could be in that coma for months, even years. How are you feeling?
Tell me who's in control, Martin.
I don't think I follow you.
For God's sake, Martin, tell me it's you running the department and not some stooge from the mayor's office.
Yes, Jack. I am performing the duties of the police chief, but the new man's coming on Saturday, Kevin Paulson.
Kevin Paulson?
Yes, it's the guy from the...
I know who Kevin Paulson is. Now listen carefully, Martin. I'm coming back to work. I'm Freeburg's police chief, and it's gonna stay that way for another 4 months. Now you get on the phone and do whatever needs to be done. You run into any problems, threaten them with the media, court, or blackmail. But I don't think they'll give you any trouble. The mayor knows it's easier to just wait until the winter than deal with a scandal. Oh, and assemble a press conference.
Listen, Jack, I know the truth is on your side, but you have to take into account...
Martin, how long since you transferred to my department?
Coming up on 5 years now.
How many times in the last 5 years have you come to my birthday party? How many times have you come to the farm when I had the boys over?
Never had the pleasure, but...
Never. Because you couldn't care less. And I don't care for you either, Stat. It wasn't me who appointed you deputy, and you wouldn't have been my first choice. But if you do ever come over to my house, you won't miss the big hole in my backyard. Garbage pit. You know, for old rubbish. A smelly hole filled with rotten furniture and other crap. So, Stat, if I even for a moment doubt your devotion, you'll go straight into that pile of trash. Maybe you'll get to catch up with some old friends. You remember Kendrick, don't you?
Ooh.
I'll schedule the press conference for tomorrow, all right, Jack?
The day after tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going shopping.
Now I have a new car. We hope it will help you fulfill all your secret dreams. How much does that just cost me? A new hairstyle. Am I still in a coma? Gotta be the purple ones. Oh, 500. Maybe the yellow ones then.
No, that would be too much.
Just spent $500 and thrown them away in the trash.
Wow, Jack, what's with the outfit? You planning on...
The pit in the backyard, Martin. Always remember about the pit in the backyard.
Don't talk to anyone before the press conference starts. I'll try to get you on stage quickly. Kevin Paulson is here. He wanted to...
Jack! I hardly recognize you. That's quite an image for a man like you. An old dog with a new trick, right? We should see each other more often. How long has it been?
Last time I saw you, I fired you, Kevin.
Ha! You mean the day I resigned in protest over the corruption and lawlessness at your police department, right?
Yeah, repeat that shit often enough, someday you might start believing it.
You know, Jack, I'm glad that everything turned out so well. Unlike you, I've made good use of the past 7 years. My new construction company keeps getting jobs from the city, and we're doing really well. I have a new house, new hobbies, even a new wife. Maybe you've met her. Shelley Rogers.
Oh, Shelley Rogers. So you really are in bed with the mayor.
It's a dream come true. All my dreams have come true. Only one thing remains. To bring order to the Freeburg Police Department.
You being serious, Kevin?
I'm serious as ever, Jack. I'm the most serious man you know.
It's not often you see the past and the future Freeburg police chiefs at the same press conference. I hope you have time to talk, Kevin. There's something we need to discuss. Jack, the reporters are waiting for you.
My retirement plan somehow just got turned into a circus. Fortunately, I'm pretty good at swallowing swords and jumping through burning hoops. They all seem to like it.
Good morning. Mr. Boyd, is that a new hairstyle? Yes. Feel like a different person, so I figured I'd look like one too. Do you know the person who attacked you? I just need time. I don't remember much about that night, but my doctors say my memories might return. City Hall has yet to give you a definite answer as to whether you'll be returning to your post. Do you believe Rogers will decide in your favour? Of course. I'm Freeburg's chief of police whether he likes it or not. Do you think what happened to you somehow affected you? We'll see. Why guess? Let's wait a bit and find out. Thank you. Jack Boyd recovers from head injury. Jack Boyd unable to name attackers. Police chief awakens from coma. Oh, and it skipped past my birthday. Oh, that's a better sounding engine. Oh, Jesus. What's been happening? Let's not give it. I'm going to give it to Moser when he's back. Oh, and no LPs. Still weird music though. Jack, while you're in the hospital, a hunt was declared on all cops. It's like all the criminals in the city suddenly went savage. They're cornering officers one by one and beating them to death. Our boys have started refusing to ride out on calls alone. When the situation is really bad, even two will refuse to come.
Progress.
This is going to be tough with just 6. I still got an investigation going. I do.
11 in progress. Officer on scene. Looks like we have a situation.
In a dirty basement, a teetering old man is digging around inside a young man's ripped open stomach. Wow. Order the old man to move slowly away from the patient. Call an ambulance. Rush at the old man.
450.
I mean, at least my money's not actually gone down despite the new car.
910C in progress. Officer on scene. Looks like we have a situation here.
So the van is empty, but the engine's still warm. The area is silent and dark. So I've got 10 on a flashlight and run into the woods. That's a very bad idea. Wait in ambush near the van. Enter the forest. Try not to make any noise. Let's go for the ambush.
412.
No! Shit. Oh. Balls. These can't be all the frames. There's no bikes, there's no Jeep. I think Wolf is just useless.
Impressive recovery, Mr. Boyd. I'm still not happy about how soon you're back to work. Well, not happy as your doctor. As a resident of Freiburg, I'm immensely grateful for it.
Really?
Just don't tell anyone, or they'll pull my license.
Well, thank you again for coming to see me at night.
Oh, well, whatever you need, Mr. Boyd. Any doctor in this town would come running any hour, day or night, you can believe me. You're not suffering from headaches. It says here that you are taking painkillers after a back injury. But the prescribed dose is enough to...
Dr. Kraczynski, you trust me?
And, sorry?
Do you trust me?
In what way, Mr. Boyd?
You think I'm an honest and reasonable man, Doctor?
You're joking, Mr. Boyd. Thanks to you, my wife finally agreed to buy a house here, and we've decided to have children. Thanks to you, I'm not afraid to visit my patients at night. I think you are the most honest and reasonable person in the city, Mr. Boyd.
Great. You see, Dr. Kraczynski, I'm an addict.
Mr. Boyd, is...
Well, not a drug addict in the way you might imagine. I'm not some weak-willed junkie. Sometimes I stay clean so long that The tablets stay locked in the barn so long they go past the expiration date. But there are less pleasant stories.
You know what? Let's...
I once took a whole bottle right there in the barn. Passed out in my own vomit. I almost choked. I fought the convulsions, somehow managed to break 4 ribs. For 2 weeks my chest was so sore I wanted to die. But for those 2 weeks I kept swallowing pills. Couldn't stop.
If you want, I could...
I once took a dose right before a party at home. My wife Laura had some old friends over from college. I didn't take that many, maybe 5 or 6 pills, but it felt like I'd taken a few hundred. I passed out while I was carrying a tray of drinks. On the way down, I knocked over a set of Laura's scented candles. The house almost burned down. The repairs took a good chunk from our savings.
Mr. Boyd, if you'll allow me, I'd just...
As you can see, Doctor, I'm well aware of the seriousness of the situation and the possible consequences. But sometimes I need the pills. I don't use the word lightly. Sometimes I've got to work on cases with more energy than I've got. I can't do it without 'em. And I know you want me doing my job. So tomorrow I want you to come here and bring me some tablets. Lots of tablets. 10 bottles. No, better 15. Yeah, 15 bottles. The next 3 months are going to be extremely difficult, Doc.
I would like to discuss your...
You'll bring the pills, Doctor?
Yes, Mr. Boyd. Yes.
Very good. Look, I don't want to trouble you any further. I bet your family doesn't like you running away with me at night. I'd bet they'd rather I was still in that coma.
Seems like I'm turning more into a crime boss. Oh, they're all going for Kevin Paulson. But that's going to be it for this session. So, started and ended badly because I lost some officers right at the start and then right at the end. And obviously, while I've been unconscious in the coma, it looks like my officers and detectives have been run ragged because everybody was tired or just not willing to come in. So I've got a little bit of rebuilding. At least I've still got the 80k saved up. But that did take a chunk of time out, and I'm now a third of the way through the time that I'm allowed. It's 180 days and I'm now on day 60. And I'm not even a fifth of the way there in terms of the money that I need. So I'm going to have to start doing something. But thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.